I got it all blocked out. If I sit at exit, if the bitch is at exit, every motherfucking exit, you
Welcome to the DumbFounded D podcast. Welcome to the DumbFounded D podcast. Welcome to the DumbFounded D podcast. Welcome to DumbFounded D podcast. Welcome to the 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 DumbFounded D podcast. I am Mike. That's Ryan. Is how's fucking my place right now, so I am not wearing clothes. No, I'm actually wearing shorts though. So yeah, mostly dressed.
I was actually having air conditioning problems, like literally right before the podcast. So,
well, my problem isn't an air conditioning problem; it's a voltage problem. See, when everyone in the city has their ACs on, the voltage drops. So when you get the right voltage to your AC, it doesn't pump out the right amount of.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough juice to give you the. Yeah, no, I had to restart my AC because it's been going so hard the last month that usually it'll get to a certain temperature and then kick off after about a couple of minutes. But what happens with this is that it just keeps running because it just doesn't sustain the same temperatures. It's just been so hot outside. So I think I might have an issue. But I restarted it. It started again. So, I mean, in here, I'm in the sweat box. This is the sweat box in this room. But in the rest of the house, I got to keep at a comfortable temperature.
So, a lot's going on right now with this whole someone trying to shoot Trump thing because, of course, after it happens, all the conspiracies come out. And some things aren't conspiracies. Some things are basic fucking facts, I guess, or truth. If the Secret Service says, hey, this is what happened, does that make it a fact?
If any agency says that that's what happened, is that a fact? I mean, everybody's trying to cover their ass right now, is what it looks like. You're seeing all of the – are you seeing all of the memes of just, like how they sort of bumbled the extraction? Cheers, everyone. Happy hump day.
I don't think it's fair to make fun of the female Secret Service officer.
Why did you just automatically assume that that's what I was talking about, Mike?
No, I'm just saying. I see that a lot. Sorry, I'm eating and I shouldn't be eating. They're gross paleo nachos.
Paleo. So there's absolutely no good gluten in that shit. Anyway. So I didn't think that's who you were talking about, but that's who I see the most about. Every meme is about that. And she couldn't get the gun in the holster. She couldn't do a bunch of things. And to be honest, no matter how much training you have, when the shit actually hits the fan, panic sometimes happens. Yeah.
Navy SEALs have panicked. But did she get the job done? Is he alive?
I mean, he's alive. He's alive, but he's missing a part of his ear. Are you seeing a lot of this? Like everybody's doing like the Kennedy assassination analysis of this, like the trajectory of the bullet, like everything is being dissected. Yeah.
Let's go right into it then.
All right.
Right into it. Boom. 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 I don't like that position of us.
How many more booms you got? Yeah.
Boom.
A boom.
Take a look at what happened.
It's the Secret Service's biggest crisis in decades. How did a 20-year-old gunman climb a rooftop with a rifle and...
So I remember it being 300 yards.
I thought it was 450 feet, and whatever that equates to in yards, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
So, former President Donald Trump from less than 150 yards away.
Yards.
Shooters down. Are we good to move?
This is a colossal failure.
What'd you say?
150 yards is 450 feet, right?
I'll look it up as this goes.
Secret Service.
The Secret Service isn't just responsible for the safety and security of the protectee. They're also there for the safety and the security of the people that are showing up to these events. So this is tragic all around.
Here's what we
You're right, 450 feet.
know about the security gaps that led to the assassination attempt on Trump.
So here's my problem with this whole situation or scenario is we look like fools once again to the other countries. Like why? Like Russia's like why would I be afraid of a country that can't even protect their own presidential candidates?
Well,
Speaking of which, Putin kills them, but you know.
to be fair, you know, this is how it goes in the rest of the world. Most people do not survive assassination attempts. Let's start with that, right?
Didn't Ronald Reagan?
Most non-American leaders don't survive assassination attempts. That's number one. Number two, when they, you know, nowadays, if we're assassinating somebody, it's like what he did and just shoot a rocket at them and vaporize them. And number three, if you don't come out of your house like Putin does, there's nobody in line sight to shoot you. This guy Trump is in public like every fucking day.
Yeah.
Every fucking day he's in public. And to his credit, even Biden's in public every day too. I mean, granted, a lot of it is like secure buildings that he's surrounded by his like constituents and shit like that. But, you know, he's still like out and about. Putin is literally like a recluse at least 75% of the time, unless he has to do some sort of ceremonious thing or show up to an official meeting.
Yeah.
You know, so that's Putin. Now, what about the rest of the world? A lot of these fucking world leaders, they live like kings. So let's just say you're like the leader of Singapore, or do they have like a king or something?
I don't. I think
nobody's going to be able to touch them. You know, because the thing is, in his situation, Trump, I think his private security has to be limited, and I think because he's a former president, not a sitting president, but all former presidents get a detail. Then he has that supplemented with his Secret Service because he gets that for life.
And it's a big fail. I mean,
I don't think it's a huge fail because they all covered him afterwards. You see, he's like surrounded by people.
No, I'm not even talking about these guys. I'm talking about this video gets into it.
Okay.
Trump.
Yeah, look, there he is.
In a video taken by a bystander shortly before the shooting, the
bystanders
gunman
saw this.
Thomas Matthew Crooks could be seen crawling on a roof as people were heard pointing him out.
Secret Service had eyes on him an hour before, too. 62 minutes before. Secret Service had 62 minutes before. Secret Service had eyes on him also.
But
You can
why?
imagine that shit. Like that
Why?
they let
Shoot.
they had eyes on him doing suspicious shit, like casing the building without the weapon. So they had eyes on him, and he must have gone away to get his rifle. Do you know it was a suicide mission? I'll tell you why. He didn't take his tactical vest with him. He figured once he started taking shots, they were going to shoot back at him right away. You have to sort of. I think he might have been in a panic because he might have been afraid that he got that far. He probably thought, I'm telling you, he just committed to it. This dork, right? Fucking was probably like, I'm going to try to do this as a cry for attention. Right?
Cry for attention. It's a one-way mission.
Hold on. He cry for attention. Now follow me with this, right? He thinks I'm going to go there with this so that I get caught. So that what up, Hiddleston? So that I get arrested, so that my daddy sees me get arrested for trying to shoot his favorite candidate. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he gets all the way there. He's like, I got to keep going forward until they stop me, right? And then I think once he got up there, he's like I got to do this. Like he probably had some sort of like a fucking John Connor or a Cable fucking moment or something like that. If you don't know what I mean by Cable, I mean Cable from the X-Men. Where
Yes,
he's like,
I understood that.
Yeah.
Everyone, I don't think everyone else did, but I understood that.
you know what,
Hiddleston.
You know what I mean? So this is part of the cornucopia, like I said last episode, of possibilities.
Yeah. But the audience is literally like, hey, guys, there's somebody up there and he has a gun.
We have criminals.
And a witness told the BBC,
The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like,
Gotta love
hey,
his
man,
hat, though.
there's a guy on the roof with a rifle.
but those alerts, if heard by
Is that a hat or is that just that's not a hat?
That's not his hair. That's not his hair. No, he's not the lead singer
Like,
of Power
hey,
Man
man.
5000.
Wait, that's not his
It's
hair.
a hat.
They wear hats like that.
They wear ginger Trump
Yo,
hats.
like-
Yeah, they look like golf visors.
You
Yeah.
have to see the problem. Like
I thought he was Ginger Wayne Static for a second.
the problem The problem is like the episode of South Park. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
But getting back to, there was a lot of people pointing up to that fucking roof. Like it was more than like, if you see, like there's a few different cell phone videos all showing a different group of people pointing at the roof. And then today the news was out that an hour before they had eyes on this kid casing the building. Like I say casing the building, not that that's what the Secret Service said, as in it was obvious that that's what he was doing when they eyed him walking around the building suspiciously. You know, but you know what's crazy? And I'm going to say this, and it's just sort of like a little branch off, but it still has to do with this. What is it? Is it suspicion or suspicious activity? Is it objective? Is it, or is it subjective? It's subjective, right? It's like every person's going to have their different gauge of what's suspicious.
Yeah,
is,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Right.
But
even amongst these law enforcement people, right?
But you have people in the audience. So back to this guy with his hat.
Trump fans typically, right? Especially if you're a QAnon fellow, you know, like if you're one of those guys, you are definitely on the paranoia scale, like of the high.
Yes. So this is why Trump is so popular. You ready? This is exactly why.
They find out who crapped in the urinal yet? Not yet. They aren't going to find out who did it. But they'll make up a scapegoat, send him to detention, and make us all believe it. It'll be 9/11 all over again. Will you shut up about 9/11? How? Why are you so afraid of the truth? Because anybody who thinks 9/11 was a conspiracy is a retard. Oh, really? Well, did you know that over 1/4 of people in America think that 9/11 was a conspiracy? Are you saying that 1/4 of Americans are retards? Yes, I'm saying 1/4 of Americans are retards. Yeah, at least 1/4.
Look.
Let's take a test sample. There's 4 of us. You're a retard. That's 1/4. There are so many people who know the truth, Cal.
So Trump is so popular because a quarter of the population is a fucking retard. And like, but it's the same reason with Biden. It's the same thing with Biden. The reason why they're both popular is because we have these two ultra leaning sides that are fucking retards.
Yeah, and only about half of the population, or less than half of the population, votes. You know what I mean? It's not all
retards are voting.
My favorite part of that episode is Mr. Mackey. Like who duked in the urinal? Okay, somebody duked in the urinal again. Okay, when he comes out and he addresses the children, just how he talks about somebody taking a shit in the urinal is still. It's a couple of decades old, that right? It still resonates.
Yeah,
it's fucking still funny. South Park is killing it for fucking 30 years. This is insane.
It really is. I brought up South Park today at work because we were talking about something. And you didn't read the terms and conditions of your agreement. And I look over and I go, wow, isn't that a South Park episode? The human centipede.
Yeah. That was great. Dude, that literally they worked on that quick because I had seen the movie and it must have just come out too. Movie just came out. I had seen the movie within like maybe a week or two after it came out in the movie theater, and they were making fun of it like within that month.
It's not a bad movie though. Anyway,
pretty sick.
There's a guy on the roof with a rifle.
But those alerts, if heard by any officers, didn't seem to make it up the chain back to the command center.
That's a massive communication failure. When I was overseeing sites, we would have Secret Service agents right next to police with police radios. If there's something that's going on, boom,
that right there with him throwing his fist in the air is now iconic.
It's the shot of the century. It is the photo of the shot. Shot was bad choice of word. Bad choice of words. It was the photo of the century. Like,
did you see Tenacious D broke up because of his statement?
Kyle Gass, he fucking said that, hopefully the next time they don't miss or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Jack Black said we can't.
Jack Black wants to protect that Disney paycheck money from all his voiceover acting.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Black, he's generates a lot of fucking money. You know what I mean? So
see, right here, the female officers got him. So that's
Yeah,
one.
no.
good
I'm
criminal
just
job.
saying, like you know how
There was
the
like 4 or 5 of them there though. So
Everybody knows
the
it's-
internet be
quite
taking
frankly,
shit out of
it's a
context and
DJ.
definitely made it look
Yeah,
like it was a folly.
listen. She might be incompetent and whatnot, but they're using it by the fact that she's a female, and that made her incompetent. And no, even Navy SEALs panic.
Nah, she's carrying him. She's carrying him. She's doing good. She's
Had
she's
no.
got-
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the other one.
Oh.
The one who couldn't get the gun in the holster and was like all confused. But
There was an armed person climbing up on a roof. They would have
Mhm.
evacuated the president right away. No
Mhm.
questions asked.
Beyond that, the Secret Service said it relied on local law enforcement to secure the building that crooks climbed. Typically, Secret Service and local police operate together in concentric circles. Closest to the principal, in this case Trump, are teams of highly trained Secret Service agents. In the middle perimeter, there's usually a mix of Secret Service and local law enforcement who might cover portions of the motorcade and any pre-event screening. And in the outer perimeter, security largely falls on local law enforcement. In Butler, the building the shooter climbed was technically outside of the rally venue, and the Secret Service didn't sweep it.
It fell through the cracks, which still falls to the Secret Service because it means nobody checked to make sure the plan was in fact implemented correctly.
According to the Butler County Sheriff, right
So
before
it's
the
everybody
shooting, a
pointing
local
fingers at each other.
did you hear what she said?
Is that everybody pointing
Correctly.
fingers at each other?
Yeah.
Is
Well, yes.
According
According to,
to the Butler County Sheriff, right
she said that weird, didn't she?
Butler County?
Sheriff.
Did she say sheriff or sheriff?
In fact, implemented correctly.
Sheriff?
according to the Butler County Sheriff, right before the shooting,
Sheriff.
a local officer
Right?
Sheriff.
It sounded almost
Sheriff.
like AI, like a computer was saying it.
It
climbed
might
onto
be,
the
bro. It might be. It fucking might be. It might be. A
building
lot of these
and saw
voiceovers are AI now. A lot of them.
Crooks, but dropped to the ground when Crooks aimed his rifle at him. In an interview with ABC News, the Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle said local officials were inside the building when Crooks scaled it, but said,
The buck stops with me. I am the director of the Secret Service.
there are also questions about why counter-sniper teams located behind Trump didn't take out the shooter earlier, even though they appeared to be facing in his direction.
Yeah, they were
Once
facing right
the
at him.
shooting started, they had rounds on target almost instantly. So that tells me that that shooter had come to their attention, and they were in the decision loop.
The investigations into what went wrong will also focus heavily on what happened before the event even took place. The Butler rally was announced by the Trump campaign 10 days ahead of time, which experts say gave the Secret Service plenty of time to do site advance planning and potentially even eliminate the line of sight from the building where the gunman was perched to Trump's stage.
In this situation, you actually
That was
had
pretty fucking
an
direct.
event site that was being built. So they're there to find out what the dimensions are going to be, what the stage is going to look like, where it's going to be located. And then based on that information, they are then looking at potential threats, including areas of high ground, and how to best mitigate those threats with the overall security plan.
Former Secret Service agents say the buildings near Trump's stage in Butler would be a glaring risk and not something that could have been missed by advance agents.
We lost a president in 1963. How did it happen? Man up on a roof with a rifle. And guess what? The protocols that went into place from 1963 until this day is that we prioritize high places because we understand a man with a rifle, woman with a rifle, whoever with a rifle, if they have any level of expertise, they can kill a president very quickly.
One thing
That's
law
not
enforcement
misgender the
experts say
fucking sniper. That's not misgender the sniper or the assassin. What you have.
was done correctly, despite widespread criticism on social media, was the evacuation of the former president after he was shot.
The reaction from the shift inside that inner perimeter was very quick. And as it's happening,
but
if you listen closely,
Right.
I mean, yeah, but it still had its, you know,
Ooh, lots of thunder.
everything leading up to that is, you know, a little. And look at that dude in the middle. Could you please just don't play it yet? There's a guy with the hat ducking, and then another guy with the hat just standing there like, whatever. You see him? Right in the middle.
Here?
No, not that guy with the fedora. Not him, not the kneeling guy, the one immediately over to his left. There you go. To his right, actually. But yes, him. That guy doesn't sit, duck, nothing. Nothing. He just stood there the whole time.
You can hear the instructions to former President Trump to get down, and that is so that they can cover him effectively. That was done very well.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes, sir. Hold on, your head.
What you can't hear is what's being said to the agents through the radios from the command post, maybe the counter sniper team.
How did his shoes get knocked off?
Maybe he took them off when he got to the podium to be comfortable.
There's other things going on. So they're going to do what they're told. And if they're told now it's safe to move, then that's what they're going to do.
Well, experts say it's not ideal from a security perspective that Trump stopped to pump his fist. The shift did a good job getting him to the car known as the Spare. But the team near the Spare?
They were clearly confused. You could see it. You can't hide it. They didn't know what to do.
Yep.
President Biden has been briefed about the...
See?
Now I'm just going to say this, right? Even with the bumbles and the blunders and all that stuff, now tell me not, just to sort of change the subject for 1 second, that this wasn't like a huge WWE moment for Donald Trump.
No, it absolutely was. But
Like,
that
this
fist in the air is iconic, man.
It's like literally you could almost hear the Stone Cold music going off. Like after he gets up and he does the fist in the air, like you could literally hear this glass shatter, like down, 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 and it would have gotten a bigger pop. I think if he walked off stage to Stone Cold's music. But yeah.
The assassination attempt and has pledged a quick probe led by the FBI.
I'm instructed that this investigation be thorough and swift, and the investigators will have every resource they need to get this done.
The House Oversight Committee is also investigating what went wrong and has called on Cheadle to testify. In a statement, Cheadle said the Secret Service is working with all involved federal, state, and local agencies to understand what happened, how it happened, and how we can prevent an incident like this from ever taking place again.
Default statement. And by the way, Biden's got COVID.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Biden's got COVID.
Wow. Is that breaking news?
It was breaking before I got on the pod. I'm not trying to start a rumor or anything like that. You know?
Breaking news, everyone. The president is dead. I mean, has COVID. Has COVID.
Has COVID. He's got COVID.
Has COVID.
A
Jeez,
mild case.
sorry.
He says he feels all right. Or so he says. And
Which
he had a
one's
little trouble
first?
getting on the airplane. But, yeah, he's got COVID. He had to cancel some events. You know how that goes. This whole week is shut down.
Okay, I'm gonna start this one off with a little parental advisory. Y'all come to this channel because you appreciate that I don't omit things in the media that the media likes to, the mainstream media. This goes both ways, and I'm about to show you some stuff that a lot of you are not gonna like. I'm going to leave my own political commentary out of it, except to say I think the entire system's broke and it's two sides of the same shit coin. So Donald Trump just got shot at. Do you remember that movie Machete with Danny Trejo and the Robert De Niro character plans his own assassination in order to make sure he gets elected? That was an interesting plot. Furthermore, I'm going to show you these documents. Okay, I wanted to show you these earlier. I was too scared to because y'all don't like seeing this stuff. And I hate to have to show you, but these are the Epstein documents that just came out. I'll let you pause yourself. You can read them yourself, but Donald Trump's name is all over these documents. So hypothetically, wouldn't this be a great distraction from that? Okay, I'm going to start this one off with a little...
Yeah, it would be. I mean, if you know, like tie the red string to those 2 points, it is very sus. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, you could also tie that red string to a lot of other things. There's you gotta understand this about the assassination of a large public figure is that usually more than one, it is like Clue. Do you understand what I mean by that? there are several suspects, you know, and we're all like trying to figure out who done it. You know what I mean? They're gonna do the thing is, it's like what's fucked up is like, I know like with police departments, you have like internal affairs and shit like that, you know, but like, who's like, I know the FBI's got to look into shit, the individual, right? But Secret Service has to have like its own checks and balances when it comes to like, you know, keeping quality up high. So who the fuck is in charge of that? You know what I mean? I know there's supposed to be like investigations of this, that, the other, but like, isn't some of this like sort of, you know, I don't want to use the term criminal, but like, you know, because it's not criminal, so that's not what I'm saying.
No, but
I don't want to say it's like the children policing the children, like, but they're not children also, but you know, like, but you know what I mean? It's like, shouldn't you have like some other means, you know, like, and I know that they probably have that, you know, something, but what's the efficacy of it? If a former president could even get shot at, you know, and that is part of the job, is protecting them as well. You know what I mean?
So I gotta look up the TMZ video after this. Let's see what he says now.
We got exclusive footage from the Trump rally yesterday. So these pictures and video I'm going to show you were shown approximately 1 minute before the event. So it's pretty small in the video, but you're looking at the actual. It looks like the guy who shot Thomas, the assassin, the would-be assassination guy. Here's them getting set up. This was from a longer video that was sent, and here you see them scoping. Now, mind you, all of this occurred, including the first video, about a minute before Trump was shot. Trump. Anyways, so I think it's pretty clear at this point they had ample opportunity to take this guy out. Why they chose to wait?
I think that's the question. I think that's the question.
Our people in military and police.
What do you think, though? You know, do you think they gave him time because they derped, or do you think like that? Like they gave him time because
all the comments say
if he was going to take a shot.
Comments say, I heard they were told to stand down.
That's sus. That's suspect.
One of the snipers said he had him in his scope and he was told not to shoot.
That's suspect. Like being told to stand down, like there's like we clearly see he has a firearm. Like even if he has a pistol on a roof. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even if he has a pistol on the roof, you know, chances are he just starts shooting fucking rounds in that direction. They're just going to hit the crowd. You know what I mean? But wouldn't that be like enough just to like cap somebody? Like anybody trying to enter with a gun, shouldn't they be detained as well? You know, like
well, he was outside the perimeter, but still.
That isn't a large enough perimeter. And I think that is what everybody's saying, right? Like, why didn't you, you know, like shut down more acreage? You know what I mean?
Of course, Eds.
Cabo's awesome. You ever been to Cabo? Cabo's fucking nice. It's like desert California, but like on the ocean.
Probably 20 million people.
Good old TMZ.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. Months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why did
so
he
when
react
did they
like
fire?
Why did he react like as if the bullets were going towards him, the sniper? Watch.
Maybe he thought maybe
Like he
the
backs
kid.
up.
Do you want to know why? From that distance, right? The 450 feet. From that distance, you wouldn't have to move the barrel of your rifle that much at an angle really to change your target from him to him on the stage. You know what I mean? From sniper to Trump. You know what's
You see him?
Yeah.
He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah.
fucking insane is when you watch the trajectory videos. I don't know. I thought maybe I sent you some trajectory videos. If you watch the trajectory videos, I think Trump gets shot in the ear twice, but it nips him once and then goes through his ear the second time. And there's a couple of other bullets. There's like 3 other bullets that whiz by him, but maybe a foot by him. And then the kid's taken out. You know what I mean? So if
Fucking crazy.
and he was like sort of turning his head like this. Had he not turned his head when it did, his ear wouldn't have been in that line of fire. It would have been his temple and like through the back, like just like the 1/3 back of his skull would have been blown out. Which, you know, even if he survives that, he's not running anymore. You know what I mean? And it's insane because the thing is, like, just
people saw him
statistically
and were
speaking,
reported it.
statistically speaking, you can't fake a shot like that. You cannot fake that mistake. You understand?
Oh,
what I'm
people
saying?
saying it was a setup, and they don't understand guns. If they, oh, that was a setup, they just shot him to make him like win.
It's also extremely difficult to stage that
Mm-hmm.
with actual ballistics. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you go to the circus and you see your fucking, you know, knife thrower with the apple or the fucking or the knife thrower with the pegboard, you know, and they're doing that, right? But a bullet is going so much faster, and this bullet in particular, this round that he shot, it's small. Like everybody thinks they're big because the jacket is big. It was like a 5.56 223 round.
Mm.
You know, which is the actual bullet is like the size of a 22, slightly bigger than a 22, and it comes to a point, but it has a lot more powder in it.
Power
because
behind it.
It's a bigger jacket. The bullet isn't that big. You know what I mean? So, and they cone up. So like you see like a lot of that video, there's like a mist that puffs from behind his ear and his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to the ground after you see him flick at his ear because there were 2 bullets went past him. And what was crazy is that kid kept pretty dead on sight for those 2 shots. And then the rounds are so small that the wind takes them even at 450 feet. You know what I mean? An open area like that, even shooting down like that, Coriolis effect and all, you're going to get wind that's going to make it go or you know, and spin in one direction or the other just ever so slightly. And that is what's fucking insane because you can't fake that kind of a shot if you're trying to use ballistics to fake an assassination. There would have to be some sort of like explosive on his ear to make his ear explode. You would
Listen,
have to
that wasn't fake. We know that. Come on. But people like, yo, there's a guy up there with a gun.
What's happening?
People fucking noticed it.
That's him moving too. That's what's fucking nuts is that he's moving like and he's laying down like that's.
We have people that should not be here. It's much tougher than it happens.
I don't know. I mean, I know, listen, this is a Monday morning quarterback kind of fucking situation. I get this is Captain Hindsight, yada, yada, yada. I'm not in law enforcement. I get it. But if somebody climbs up on a roof and Trump is anywhere within a fucking mile of me, I'm going to go and check that shit out like immediately. You know what I mean? So and I know it's local law enforcement, and I know that their guy came out ahead and said that they did their job proper, and maybe there was like some sort of miscommunication between them and the Secret Service, but you know, we will see. This will unravel. This will unravel in time.
So I don't see the trajectory video yet, but it might be in this collage I have. But what happened
Well,
to Dave?
you heard what happened, Dave?
His boat broke down,
he
right?
got stuck. He got stuck out on the ocean by Nantucket, and
All right,
he had to be rescued. I think.
Captain Dave checking in. Nantucket due east, 30 miles out to sea, Boston. Your boys almost lost Captain Dave today. Captain Dave almost was lost to the ocean, Mother Ocean. So I went out. My mom's like, let me see the boat. Let me see the boat. Captain Dave's like, let me swim out there and take my mom on a boat ride. Unhooked it to the buoys, turned the engine on, dead. Ranger's dead. Captain Dave, third time out, made a true mistake. Captain Dave unhooked himself to the buoy before he turned the boat on to make sure the boat wasn't dead. Well, no power, no radio, no anchor, no nothing. Heavy winds. Next thing you know, Captain Dave is lost at sea.
Wow.
Blowing. Trying not to crash the ships in the harbor. Just heading out to the channel, steamboats in the way, honking. Captain Dave doesn't know what he's going to do. Captain Dave took out the flare thing, which he's not really a flare gun guy or really any type of firework guy. Captain Dave shoots his fucking gun into the sky distress signal. Still nothing. Some girl in, I don't know, looks like a rowboat, comes by Captain Dave.
A rowboat?
Help! Captain Dave needs help. She climbs, she boards Captain Dave's vessel. Says, can't make
Why
a
doesn't he have a
TikTok,
satellite
Captain Dave. I said, no time for TikTok.
What did you say?
Why didn't he have like a fucking satellite phone?
You said that you had no radio.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Well, I don't have my phone. I don't have my phone on me anyways. Her radio works, calls in the Coast Guard. Coast Guard comes, 4 burly dudes. Like, hey, Captain Dave. Captain Dave's out at sea, going back and forth rocking. Thinks my life is over. Captain Dave had to be halfway to fucking the Caribbean, just rocking, no power, no boat. Thankfully, Coast Guard, God bless their soul, tied me up, bring me back to my thing. Captain Dave lives to tell another tale. Third time as captain. Already lost at sea. It's a dangerous game. The sea's angry, my friends.
Beware.
Captain Dave may never go on.
Did he say third
people
time?
People need to beware of the ocean, not only because now there's another shark attack. Did you hear about this out on Key West yesterday? It's just shark attack after shark attack. And even still, the riptides, dude, nobody's talking about the riptides. The mad people have been dying from riptide fucking pulling people out. A whole family. I think the riptide killed almost a whole family like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. It's just, just chill when you're at the beach. You know what I mean? Just relax on the sand. Put your ankles in, your knees maybe. That's it. And splash a little bit. That's it. Don't go out. Don't go out. Why?
What is this? What is this video you sent me? What is it? Is he going to take a shit?
Oh, this is toilets in old castles. This is how they work.
हो कि पुराने जमाने में टॉयलेट ऐसे हुआ करते थे.
What's going on? Why is it? Why are you being choppy on me here? What's going on? Doesn't even want to play this.
जो कि कैसल की दीवार से ऐसे बाहर निकले होते थे.
Or just shit out in a hole on the side of the castle.
And it just drops out the side.
All right, that's not playing right. Fuck that. What's this thing? What is this thing?
What's going on? I am Emil. Hi, guys. We are Emily. How are y'all doing? We are also the Beast. We are also Jack. How's our TikTok fans doing? How are our haters doing?
I think he like when he was like a teenager, he was really like an M. Night Shyamalan fan, right? And then eventually he made it to like Before Glass, what's Split, and he's like, this is how I want to live my life. I identify as Split, not as multiple personality disorder. Like I want to be James McAvoy. I want to pretend like I have 75 different people living in me.
If you guys are not a fan yet of Emily, Emil, the Beast, and Jack, definitely come check us out in live tonight. We are going to light it up for our fans. Becoming TikTok's literal favorite for a reason, guys. Come check it out for yourself. See what you guys think. We'll see you guys all tonight in live. I'm Emily, by the way. I am the dancer. I am the girl. I'm the one you're literally going to fall in love with. Well, you'll fall in love with the four of us, but you will definitely adore your Emily. Guys, we will see you in live tonight for new music, for new everything. I was in the city today, so Emily picked up some new stuff. Can't wait to see you guys tonight. Bye, guys.
The comments.
What
The comments.
fuck?
Yo. Like the thing is, you know, I live on the fence with like medication. And like I'm like, I think people are too overly medicated. And then I think there are people who aren't on enough medication. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel
Absolutely.
like we live in a weird world
Absolutely.
where it's like we need pharmaceuticals, right?
Absolutely.
But you know, like there are people who need it, and there are people like where they just sell too much of it too. You know? Yeah.
So, a man who ejaculated on woman's leg in Dollar Tree has turned himself into authorities. Is
He
there
was
a
on
video of
camera.
that?
They caught that motherfucker like Shaggy. That guy was on camera.
At a South Philly Dollar Tree store has turned himself in. The
Gotta
attack
be
gained
Philly.
national attention. Even rapper Meek Mill tweeting today that he would award $2,000 to the person who finds him. Police identified him as 35-year-old Gary Miles. His surrender happening after disturbing video circulated on social media, appearing to show the end
see his
of
shirt?
the assault.
Read his shirt.
It happened at the store located.
I'm going to.
You read his
lick-
fucking shirt?
It's not going to lick itself. Wow. Wow.
Yo, he's wearing it's a Christmas shirt in July. Is this July? This is July? 6 days ago. It's July.
At Snyder Plaza on East Snyder Street on June 23rd. Police say a mugshot will be released once charges are officially filed. This.
Wow.
So, all right. Now, I don't think that this has never happened before, right? I think definitely probably back in the day before like store surveillance cameras, you know, cell phone cameras and the sort that like there may have been like some greasy bum or two who's definitely like jerked off and DL like jizzed on a lady's leg. But now we live in obviously, as you can see, a surveillance camera society where these cameras are all over, and even if there's no surveillance cameras, somebody's got their fucking cell phone whipped out and is filming something, right? You can't just be jerking off on people, like so. You don't hear this shit happen that often.
I mean, you
because
can, but it's frowned upon.
It's difficult to get away with.
Well, yes, you can't do it.
That's a difficult
It has
act to
to
get
be.
away with.
It has to be consensual now.
Yes, okay. But it's difficult to get away with non-consensually.
Yeah, of course. This made me lulls because this is life. This is life.
Dad, I'm higher than you.
I seriously doubt that.
I thought we played this on the last pod, didn't we? I thought I sent this to you.
We did. Whoopsie. Then there's no trajectory videos.
No,
That
but
was like.
but what I'm saying is like that's why I sent it to you, because it, you know.
Where the hell did? All right, there is.
I
this
figured you
one.
needed to see that. Oh, bro.
Well, did you ever find out what? Okay, let's see.
Yeah, bro. Boink.
What is that?
Now,
What
do you
is
know how
that?
do you want me to show you? I'll show you real quick.
Sure.
So like when you hold a baseball glove, and I'll even show you this one. I have a softball. I have a softball glove here. There's like a finger hole. You see that? So if you put your finger back here, like this, right? You see what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then you catch the ball. If the ball hits hard enough, I guess there's something wrong with this glove, but because this is sort of padded over here. Like, I don't understand how his finger just snapped back and snapped off.
No. That's good.
Yes. Now, I'm suspect on it maybe having been broken already previously. You know what I mean? And just the force of that just tore the skin off. Boink. That's his finger, bro. That's his fucking finger.
I can't find any confirmation of this. It's just a TikTok video, but it exists, so it has to be something. There has to be some truth to this.
Dude,
I don't
I
know.
think I watched this on oh, bro. Oh, that looks like a fucking finger, and I think the batter realized that too.
That's
He
so
goes into
fucking
the dugout.
creepy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know how that happens because there's dudes
I hit
who
the
pitch
wrong button.
There's dudes. Yeah, it got real dark on your end. It looks very sleek.
How did it get so dark?
Yeah, what happened to? There you go.
And there's my
Yeah.
nipples.
You could show male nipple, I think, on most platforms, right?
What? I
I mean,
can't see
bro,
you.
I see everything short of fucking like assholes on just Instagram and Facebook. So, you know,
It's everywhere.
I'm sure
I
you can show your nipple.
Should wow, I should have played the black hole abyss to that shit right there.
To what? To you just
What you just said.
back? To what? To you just
What you just said.
back? Peace out, y'all. Wednesdays and Sundays at 9:30. Although we were a little earlier today, but
What
that
you
was
just said.
because peace out, y'all. Wednesdays and Sundays at 9:30. Although we were a little earlier today,
You
but
just said.